When you see the word thus or therefore or so, those are the most common ones, you know you're looking at a conclusion. You just don't know whether it's the main conclusion or the intermediate conclusion. So when people scan arguments for those kind of key terms, they definitely write arguments to trap you, right? They're gonna, a good 40% of test takers are gonna see the word thus and assume that's the main conclusion. They're right that it's a conclusion, but they're not right that it's necessarily the main conclusion. So bottom line is, if you just focus on understanding the argument, as we always say, then you're not going to fall into those traps. That said, being aware of those words can be helpful just for understanding, right? You're like, oh, when someone says thus, they're concluding something on the basis of something else, and that's an invitation for you to assess the argument, right? When the LSAT says thus or therefore or so, what they're really saying is, given what I just told you, what I'm about to tell you must be true. And when you think of it like that, in a lot of cases, it's like you read some claim, right? Like, oh, ice cream is good or tastes good. Ice cream tastes good. Therefore, we should eat some now. If you replace therefore with it must be true that, right? It must be true that we should eat some now. It's like, well, no, maybe I'm about to skydive and I can't eat it. I don't have it, or I'm lactose intolerant. Who knows? My point is that anytime the LSAT draws a conclusion, whether that's intermediate or main, that's your invitation to start being skeptical. Say, wait a sec, does this necessarily follow from what you just said? If not, that's a problem.